Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I want to tell you we have merch. So if you're interested in that, we have hoodies, we have t-shirts. I'll pop some stuff up on the screen right now. If you're interested, go check it out. Aidan N Designs on Etsy is where it's at. Again, Aidan N Designs in Etsy. It's also in the bio. Go check it out.
Triple that, Grado.
She won 1942 and she mixing it.
Real quick vinyl update. As you may know, why the lighting scene? So this is kind of a bad picture, but we updated the vinyl collection. Chapel Roan, we got a vinyl Chapel Roan, a CD Chapel Roan. We got Espresso CD.
Espresso.
That's me, Espresso. Obviously the portraits. We have Tate McRae CD.
Nice.
Right here.
Ooh.
We have another Sabrina. I think you can't really see it because of the lighting. Then the Short and Sweet Deluxe edition. And then I also got the Short and Sweet Deluxe vinyl too. So that's all in the new room. I'll take an updated picture. You guys can see what I'm talking about. But yeah,
I'll put up on the screen.
just a quick vinyl update. And I've just been buying them because that's how I really spend my money for my work is on vinyls and food. Because I think it's cool to have. But yeah, if you guys can relate to my vinyl collection, let me know.
And that's a recent thing?
This is a recent thing. Just spending my money, you know. Because I don't really spend on anyone, so I just spend on myself.
I don't spend on anyone. Huh?
Gole.
There's something very suspicious about that.
I know.
Do you like teaching like your friends how to work out and stuff?
Sometimes.
Yeah. For me, I like to because it's like I feel like everybody should be in the gym. It's just like a
Or
good
do
thing
some
in
sort of
general,
exercise,
good
yeah.
practice. Yeah. I have so much respect for the people that show up, like that are bigger, plus size people, show up in the gym actually trying.
Yeah.
Like you could make fun of them, sure, of like, oh, they doing like some small weight or their form sucks, but at least they're getting
trying,
in.
yeah.
Like you can do nothing but respect that.
Yeah.
I think that's most of the gym culture, right? I imagine.
Well, gym culture is kind of toxic.
I can't tell. Do you
a
think
lot
it's
of
more
people-
toxic or more like
Because
good intent?
a lot of people, when they're super big, they're just taking steroids. But it's so normalized to take steroids because people like this guy who's 19 years old and benched like I think 900 pounds, something like that.
What?
And he was like natural. Then he went to the hospital. He almost died because of his steroid use. So like people want to risk their health just for like an ounce of fame. They want to share in their life just to be super cool and be able to lift all as much. When people would just work out just for like just to improve your health, not to inject things in your head. So also a lot of people, their highlight of the day is going to the gym. Which can be good. Obviously, like you see yourself growth, but a lot of people just love like there's this guy that my friend Hudson pointed out. He's like, bro, look at him every time he finishes a set, immediately just goes into flexing and tries to like flex on people. Like I was like, oh, he's just doing it one time. Then I'm like, oh, he's doing it again. Oh, again. No fail. Every single time was just doing. I'm like, okay, like people, that's their best part of the day where they get to show off to people. Which obviously, if you're making like growth or like losing weight, that's good. But like a lot of people's personality is the gym. That's all they do.
Your personality should never be one thing. It gives you zero depth as a person. You're not that interesting. I think that kind of goes into like a bit of like the reason that can get annoying just flexing every time is like, okay, it was funny the first time.
All right, cool. Like good
Do
job
it
for you.
50 times. That's like the joke was
And
done.
it was like every single time he was on, he was flexing like no stop.
It's like, could you imagine if someone, even like, I think about it like this. You know how like as boys we take shots at each other.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you need to lose weight or something like that. But we'll like little jabs, right? But could you imagine if I did that every time you said something? Like, yeah, right, bro. I bet you know about that. You're just fat. But it's like it gets
loses like the credibility.
old at the same time. By the way, I was just wondering what got you into like the gym initially?
Well, as you know, I played football, right?
Yeah.
And we worked out obviously during football, but it wasn't like every time. Like what normal person, like you want to lift more than that. Football lifts gave us a lot, but I wanted to lift like, you know,
more.
Yeah, in like by myself. So EOS was actually opening up, right? And at first I was scared to go to the gym by myself. Yeah. And so my friend Colin and like his friend, we'd go to the gym. Like it was during like Christmas break. We'd go like maybe like a couple times a week, just like fun. I didn't really know what I was doing. But yeah. But it got to the point in the beginning, I was like, if Colin says he's not gonna go or his friend's like, oh, I'm not gonna go, then I didn't want to go to the gym. I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna go then. So it took me a while, but after a while I started going by myself and working out. And it was cool. But then obviously I got my gym buddy Travis and then Blake and Mason. We all started working out. Then it was mainly working out for football, but past football, it just become a better person, like nutrition. Also like cleaning up my eating and stuff like that. And try and go more consistently. Like me and Travis go 5 to 6 times a week now. And it wasn't really for like, I guess the attention of people or like to stand out. It was more so
Yeah.
for myself because a lot of people they can do it for how they want to look better for other people and stuff like that. But for me, it was just to improve myself.
It was never like a girl thing for you.
No,
I don't think it was for me either, honestly.
obviously it's good like to like if a girl's like, oh, you look good, like your muscles look good, but like shouldn't be the main point of it. And yeah, like
I don't think it's a wrong reason. Honestly, whatever gets you in the gym.
whatever gets you
straight up.
motivated.
Yeah.
People motivated for different things. So respect to you just being there. Honestly, that's why I tell people as long as you're at the gym, like you're doing something right.
How is Evan? How's Evan doing relationship wise? You looking? What's your mental state
I'm in
right now with girls?
I'm in a strange point in my life where like obviously I think I said this before, but like you see all these videos, right? You see all these videos about girls, guys, relationships, all that stuff, and they look cute, all that stuff, and you fantasize about like, oh, being in a relationship, all the happy moments, having like someone like by your side. But
Yeah.
but for me, I'm being so careful
There
with
we
making
go.
sure that I have the right person in every single way. And in my head, I'm asking for a lot because my head's kind of complex in the way I think about things.
Explain it.
And I really want like a girl that matches the whole thing. Because obviously, I can meet a girl, they're amazing and all that stuff. But if I'm not feeling anything, then I know I'm not supposed to be there. And
Keep on.
I've had issues in the past where like I stayed in things too long where I'm like, okay, it's gonna work out. But I'm trying to learn that it's okay to leave. Because it's okay to like end something and be like, okay, if you're not really seeing something with it, it's okay to leave. And in the future, maybe you get something better. But also relationships are so hard because you got to stick with the person. You got to build something over time. So it's honestly just like, I want it and I feel like I'm ready, but it has to be the right person. I got to make sure that I can give my all for that person.
100%. I
Right.
agree with you.
What were you going to say?
I was just gonna ask you like, if there's anybody watching who's interested, what are those like 3 things that kind of for you
I want
like that you're really looking for? One of them could be like
listening. I like when
Listening.
people
Okay.
listen to like all my problems. I want people that when I talk to women, I feel something, right? And the way they speak to me, I like when women challenge my like point of views. And I don't like when like a lot of times I sound smart. In reality, I'm not the smartest, but like a lot of times it like overwhelms the person the way I'm talking. Really, they just agree with me. I want a person that thinks about what I'm saying and argues with it and tries to get me to
so
think.
good.
And another reason, like I guess the last one, would be just like me feeling that I'm able to be comfortable, which will take time, but me feeling like my emotions feel secure, and I'm able to feel that emotion that like I don't let a lot of people see,
Yeah.
and that's a hard feeling because I'm very unique in the way I think and the way I feel, especially in relationships. So I'm looking for that special someone who I can give it my all to all the time and really lock in with them. Because obviously I know I'm not the most attractive person,
No.
but you know what is attractive about me is my heart and my
don't
personality.
say that.
No, it is.
I know. I think you. No, I think
No,
it is
okay.
like.
I'm-
I don't
okay.
want you to portray it that way because you're not a bad looking
I'm
person.
okay. I'm a average or above average looking guy, but I know my heart is one of a kind, and my heart and my ability to
100%,
think
yes.
about people and love others
Your
are
heart, your mind.
yeah. But that's one thing I value more than my looks. For me, what did I say before that?
You're kind of going on a thing about like people agreeing with you and how it's like you want people to think beyond that, or at least that's how I was stuck on.
I want people to counter my point of views. Also, like, again, what sucks is that. Oh yeah. I was gonna say like, I don't get a lot of female like attention, or at least what I think. A lot of people say they look at me, but like,
More than me.
start
Praise
up.
God, dude. Praise God.
I want someone that. Same speaking to you, right?
Okay.
I want my heart to feel like safe with and feel
Yeah.
comfortable talking to them. It's rare for me to feel those emotions, and I've been looking. Obviously, like again, this is relationship wise. When I got past people, I'd always like, okay, frick them, like, and I'm never gonna think about them again,
Really?
right? And in my head, I was like, okay, move on. Don't think about them. Delete everything. But right now, I learned so much. Okay, when I look back at things, I look back at them in a learning point of view. I look at words, and it makes me realize, okay, this wasn't a good relationship, right? Bad words were said to each other. And I look at pictures of me, and I try and see how was I? How did my face look? Because in many times I felt so alone in relationships when dating them. That's something I don't want to feel ever again. Because that's the toughest thing. You can have an amazing date with someone, then I would go home, cry in my room, and feel alone. I look at the text message like, why am I not feeling like, anything? And it's so confusing to me why I wasn't feeling that like love. So I don't want to feel that way again. And that's why sometimes you have to back out of things. Because if you see something and I'm thinking in my head, I'm being very like harsh with myself, and how like I guess not. I don't want someone that's perfect, but like I want to be like perfect for that someone, and try my best to.
That's a deep line,
And
bro.
it's hard,
that
you
legit
know.
could be a quote.
It's hard, honestly. And in my head's really like I guess not complex, but like it's complex. The way I think about people, the way I think about their actions, their emotions, and the way I can read a person is very special. And I can tell over the past 6 months the way I've changed so much. And the way I talk to people, the way I speak. I speak very more like quietly.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm a loud person, but quiet in like my demeanor. Like when I'm speaking, I'm not as like aggressive, like trying to like force something on someone. Again, like point of view of like vaping stuff. I used to be if I was talking to a girl that vaped, like, nah, quit. Instead, I realized I understand why are you vaping? Why do you do this stuff? And try and think like what actions actually led to them resulting into vaping, right? So for me, everything has a why. Every decision a person has a why to it, and they do everything for a reason. So it's finding that reason. And again, like I don't want to feel alone. I don't want to be at the end of the night and I'm literally just sat in my room like, damn, bro, like yeah, I'm smiling with you, but like, am I actually happy? Am I actually finding happiness? Because it sucks so hard when you look at someone, and I'm emotional, but like when I look at someone and they're being emotional from me, in my heart, I'm not feeling anything, and I'm looking at them and I can barely even cry.
Yeah.
My tears are so short. I cry once and it's one short tear, and that's all I can muster. When I'm supposed to be able to understand emotions, but I can't even understand like
Your own.
Not my own, but I can't even like feel with someone. That's one of my hardest things is feeling what another person's feeling. Because let's say you're crying, and I'm just like trying to be like, oh, it's gonna be okay, but like I'm trying to really like look at you while you're being sad. Like, why are you feeling sad? And trying to understand it.
Stare at me. Dude.
Why are you sad? Why are you sad?
I swear.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay. We'll get through it.
Look at me. But it's all about understanding different emotions in life. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I just wanted to say empathy kind of sucks, if I'm being honest. It helps in some ways. I guess the way I'm wired, I'm empathetic to like, I wouldn't say to a fault, because I don't really think there's a fault with empathy, right? I'm a person who I'm the opposite of you. I don't like being emotional. I hate it. It's annoying to me because I hate conflict because I get too passionate about things and I cry about it, right? And not because I'm sad about something, but if like you and me genuinely got into an argument over something, like podcast ending argument, I would hate to continue talking beyond like 10 minutes because for whatever reason, past 10 minutes, I get so angry that I can't keep composure anymore, and then I start crying. So it's like one of those things, like even in childhood, I had it to where one of my cousins was crying, and then I would always cry too, just even if nothing happened to me. But I don't think it's like, it's not to say that there's like a thing wrong with you. I think each person is unique. How you handle situations is unique. Just because someone cries more doesn't make them worse or better, and just because you cry less, likewise. I mean, in tough situations, the fact that people laugh at it, right? You know, in trauma, like how people sometimes like laugh about their trauma and make jokes about it, and you would think, what the hell? Why are you making jokes about someone traumatizing you? It's like, but that's how people handle it. It's like it's each their own unique thing. I think if you understand that's what's unique to you, I think you can like accept it. It's not a bad thing. It's not like calling someone fat.
Yeah, it's calling them chunky. Yeah, like who would ever do that?
Who would ever
But it's
do
all about
that?
understanding your emotions, understanding other people's emotions. That's something hard, but that's something I look at more than just a person, and is something that I'm looking for. But
one of your points that you said, which I agree with so much or resonate with a lot, is having someone that doesn't just agree with you. Like, I don't want someone who just says yes to everything I say. That's the most boring thing. Like, I could just have my thoughts to myself and agree with myself. I'll get the same result. I think the most valuable thing is someone who has an opinion. For me, like when I'm looking at someone like to be in a relationship with, that's number one almost. Like that's looks and then opinion. I want this girl to be like super opinionated. Not to a fault, right? Where you're like, you can't admit you're wrong in something, but have thoughts on something, even if it's against what I'm thinking or even if it's abnormal, but to have a unique thought, have a unique take, because that tells me who you are. I can kind of see, oh, this person's unique because of this thing. I think that's the most valuable thing when like you're looking for a person is what makes you different from everyone else. Like that's why it's so interesting to invite people on and hear their stories or even interact with people in life. And like I miss out on that a lot because of my anxiety, but it's truly the thing I love. And I reflected on that at some point where I'm like, what do I honestly like want from conversations and interactions with people? And it's like hearing that story. And everyone has their own unique story. It's just if they're willing to tell it. Sometimes I'll say like, I'd rather talk to the kid like sitting in the corner by himself than the person with 5 people around them. Because they're going to be like the 5 people around them. Like you said before in like a previous episode, you kind of follow the leader or whatever. So you're kind of just copies of one another. I'm not interested in that. I want to hear the kid who's in the corner who doesn't want to talk to anybody that people don't like, but I want to know why. But I want to get past that show. You're shy, but there's something more to it. And like everybody has something unique to them. That's like the interesting part. You agree?
No, I'm trying
Was it too deep?
No, that was good. That was good. I like the way you were speaking. I was trying to focus on your points.
That's honest to God, that's like the thing that makes me so happy socially. I love socializing, even though I'm anxious, and that's something I have to get over. But when I have good interactions, it's so unique, and you never know where a conversation's gonna go. You could plan for one thing. Maybe I ask her how her day's going, or I maybe ask him how his day's going. What'd you do? But it goes beyond that. Of like, it could even ask him a question like, what movie did you watch? And you can get about like why that movie was so good. But then at least it's something else about like what ideas you have. Like the reason I think this is so good is because action based and you get more into each other's interests and you kind of see each other's stories and we're all just like have our own story that's so cool. Too deep, I apologize.
That was good. That was good. That was good flow. Sometimes I struggle personally in thinking like, okay, how do you treat a girl 2025? How do you keep a girl 2025? Because there's so many things we see on the internet, so many things social media brings to us, right? And we're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But a lot of things are unattainable. You see the guys spending so much money on girls, taking them to expensive places, stuff like that, and they think that's how they're going to get the girl. Yeah, you might get the girl, but you won't keep the girl. Because a lot of those things aren't sustainable. You want someone that's not in it for the money, not in it for the personal items, all that stuff. They want to be in it for the love. So for me, how to keep a person looking you in the face, you gotta keep the what's
dinero.
No dinero. I got none.
Also, like before you go, it's like you with money and people liking you for the items and the stuff you can provide, materialistically, they won't love you for you. Yeah. Maybe some people are content with that. I think that's the most miserable thing if someone doesn't enjoy you for you.
Yeah.
Maybe that didn't help.
You gotta keep the surprises, right? So let me say this: you want to have surprise dates, surprise. Not when I say gifts, not expensive gifts, like getting like some small flowers. You want to keep the what's the word?
The
excitement, stuff like that.
Yeah, the love in the air.
Yeah, keep the love, keep the excitement. Okay. Also, date wise, you can do so many dates that aren't expensive. It's also the thing. You know, like drive through movie theaters, even just like going to the gym. That could be like the quick hangouts. Also, what really speaks to a woman is when you take time out of your day to see them, even if it's only for like 5 minutes. That's something I had to learn that they like. So let's say this girl's like, even if no matter if they're close or they're far, let's say you're running on time or like you don't have enough time to spend, you don't have like a long time to spend with them, you still make the effort to go see them, even if it's for like 5 minutes. That's what a lot of guys are lacking. They're not willing to go the extra mile for the girl. And that shows that you don't think the girl thinks about your actions on what you're doing. Your actions and your words have to match, okay? I'm looking at you right here.
I respect
if
that.
your words and actions don't match, then you're not going to do anything with your life. I've heard many people say they want this, they want that, but they're acting the total opposite way, and it doesn't work out for that reason. If someone means something to you and you tell them they mean something to you, you got to act that same way that they mean to you. You got to do the things. You got to make all the extra effort you can. For me personally, I've done a lot of things that most guys wouldn't do. Most guys wouldn't think about doing the things that I do for people.
Most guys shouldn't do.
No,
I'm just kidding.
He sometimes when I would tell him the things I would do, he would never even think about doing that for a girl.
I'm an asshole.
I would go for the woman I love. I would go to not hell and back, but I'd go to like to.
Oh,
no,
so he has.
No,
he has
I wouldn't
limits,
say hell. I'd go to a million.
I would go to hell and back.
Sometimes it matters the girl, but I would go millions of miles out of my way to do anything just to make the woman I love smile, no matter what.
That's respect.
One time, I was supposed to go on a trip. So you know how flower places you get them in plastic, right? Plastic wrap. So I thought this place called Whole Foods. They said that they wrap in like a paper bouquet for you, and I thought that was more special. Okay. So listen, if I want to get my girl flowers, I could just went to Albertsons or Church. I don't think Churchill's was there yet, but Albertsons. That's like 5 minutes away. Boom, but it was plastic. I was thinking the extra mile. I drove 25 to 30 minutes to Whole Foods or whatever it's called to get flowers wrapped in paper, right? I went there. I'm like, oh, where's the paper thing? They were closed. I went the extra mile just to do because I thought it would make her smile. But they didn't have it. Still, she was happy. Good. Also, Larry, one day, this was Thanksgiving. What places are open on Thanksgiving, especially late? Very few plates. She was not feeling the best. So what did I do? I tried to find a flower place that was open. I went to the Whole Foods. This was before. I went to the Whole Foods, closed. It said you guys were open. They were closed. I went to another place, closed. Everything was closed. I went to Ralph's. Ralph's was open. I looked at flowers. The flowers are all dead. I still grabbed the flowers. Guess how much they were? You're going to get mad at me for this.
15.
50. They were $50. I got $50 flowers that were half.
Are you kidding me?
That were half dead. I brought to her house just to see a smile. For the woman you love, you'll do crazy things for. Obviously, some things I did, I probably wouldn't do again. But it's the effort that counts. And also, before you say something, a lot of girls fall for that, what they call love bombing. And I've got so many accusations on what love bombing is because people think I do that. The difference between me and these other guys is I keep that pace going. Like, the same.
That's love bombing.
No, love bombing is when you keep. That's when you're consistent.
Wait, isn't love bombing like when you do it but then you stop?
Yeah, you do it for like a
when
couple
you
weeks and you just stop.
Oh, that's what love bombing is.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
But the difference between me and those guys who love bomb, the same girl that I got flowers for on the first date was the same girl I was still getting flowers for just for doing good in school. Just for those random times I'll still make the effort for. And what are you gonna say? I'm very heated right now.
Oh, you lost.
I'm very
I
passionate.
have a funny thing. It's like Evan was saying in the beginning, social media skews your views. So don't just spend money to buy love. And $50 flowers? Are you kidding me? How did you start off the rants with like,
Listen. But it wasn't about the flower price because those literally were like the only flowers they have. And I was determined in my head to get her flowers. So
that's insane.
I know.
What was in the flowers? Pure gold?
Imagine.
What?
Listen, but
do you remember what they were?
I could probably find a picture or something.
Okay.
The woman that you love, you'll do crazy things for. Whether it's money or whether it's literally just doing arts and crafts. Like for me, I'm not an artistic person, but I still want a way to make signs, stuff like that. Like stuff that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
Just because I know and maybe like make their day. And that's the things you have to do if you want to love someone for a long time. And yeah, there's going to be days where you don't like that person, where you fight. That's normal. But you got to keep going. Unless it's unhealthy.
Unless it's physical, then no, honestly, like serious. If it does get physical, leave.
Yeah,
like
women or guys.
Not even like,
because I'm gonna say this again. I've heard this from many of my friends that are girls. Like, if a guy puts their hands on you, they don't respect you. They don't love you.
Plus,
even if you're slapping the shit out of him, even if you're beating up, no man would ever put his hands on you.
Yeah,
never.
And I will say this, by the way, and this is from like watching like the cop stuff.
Yeah.
Is if some guy is willing to put their hands on you, they're willing to kill you. And like, I know it's extreme, but like, yes, they were willing to hurt you. They don't care about your well-being. Yes, they will go that far. There's no waiting it out and it's not going to get better.
Yeah. Even on top of that, like this is hard for me, but raising your voice too at a woman and yelling at them. That's obviously like not to the extent that you're going to like hurt them physically, but even raising their voice, I don't like doing that. And when I have done that, immediately regret. No matter even when I was in the wrong and I still did that, I immediately regret and I apologize. Because I have no right to raise my voice and yell at another human being.
Yeah.
Because you can what I've had to learn is talk to them firmly but in a quiet manner. Like let's say you did something fucked up, I'm like, fuck you, you're the worst person ever. Instead I'm like, okay, this is gonna sound so weird, but okay, what you did, I didn't really like the way it made me feel. And I think there's better ways you could have done it and better ways you could approach it to make me not have my feelings hurt. And stuff like that.
You're really fruity.
I know.
You're so fruity.
But stuff like that, like I've had to learn how to shift my words and talk to people way better.
Yeah.
Because when you get your emotions high, it's hard to control them. So it's learning to control your emotions in those impulsive moments that others wouldn't do.
Yeah, I think there's like also like a fine line of like don't hear this and think like, oh, I'm gonna play the calm route and I'm gonna play the high ground doing that. Because you'll see that sometimes like, oh, are you mad? Why? Trying to play some stupid calm thing where you're trying to be condescending at the same time.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Don't act like you're moral high ground if you're like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way.
It's all the communication. And it's stuff in life you're gonna get better at. And in your next relationship, you probably won't be master at everything. No, but what I want you to do is learn from me. I learn from my experience so you know better what to do. But yeah.
That's the funny thing is like I feel like I've learned so much about relationships without having to be in one through just like talking with people so much.
It's good because you don't have to experience all the bad, but you miss out on the good moments.
There are things I know, like I'm going to be straight up like in the beginning. I'm not a gift giving person.
Yeah.
I'm different to you in that sense. of like I don't just give a lot of gifts. I am an experienced person
Yeah.
where I want
Like, let's go to like amusement park.
yes. How about let's not.
Let's
I'm not,
vlog
I'm
all
not gonna
day.
buy you. I'll buy you something for your birthday. Of course, I will. Yes, but I'm also not gonna buy you tons of stuff. I'm gonna get you like maybe one sweet thing. But let's go do something.
I'll get you a
I would-
Kickback sweatshirt.
Bro, I'll straight up be the guy who like goes on like the flamingo boat rides on a lake. Like it's corny, but like
I did
I'd
that.
rather do that.
I did that.
Than open gifts. You know
It
what
was
I
nice.
mean?
Yeah. Let's vlog for a full day. Let's make a podcast.
Yeah. No.
Oh. But yeah, that's how you. That's some.
No, go for it.
What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you what was your, if you had any final thoughts on the whole thing of like how social media has skewed.
Oh,
people,
yeah.
'cause I have other
Thank
things
you.
that I wanted to say about that.
You want to go first?
Sure. I think the alpha male mentality where it's like, this is how you have to treat your woman. You have to be the alpha male. You have to be this perfect guy. And then like some people take it to the extreme. Like I can cheat on my girl, but she can't cheat on me. It's this wrong idea that like guys are portraying to like younger people where it's the wrong way to act. And it's like an aggressive way. It very much goes down like an abusive route. Where
It's like
you're trying to control your woman. She can't have this. She can't hang around with other guys. Like you don't trust her at all. At that point, you're just a prisoner to yourself. Why do you want to stress out every single day about what little step she does? I think at the point to which you want to check each other's phones constantly, it's done. You guys don't trust each other. What's the point? Trust is broken.
Yeah. Again, like in social media has ruined influence and has made an influence in that way. But also, like I said, like you see some crazy stuff on social media. The crazy things that like guys would do for girls on social media. And it's very like, all the girls like, oh my gosh, you want to, you could. But I had a bad experience with this. So it was prom in 2024 around that time. Okay. So when it was prom, I picked her up. And I remember I was filming, right? I was filming like at the door. I was like, my jaw was wide open. I was like, oh my gosh, like you're so beautiful. Like I was actually like, my eyes were like, I was like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
But then I think a week go by and she sends me this TikTok of a guy like super like stunned looking at her and like be at his girlfriend and like super impressed, stuff like that. And she sent me that, like, she's like, why do you not look at me like that way? And I literally said, do you not remember what I literally did that video in real life? But is that not enough for you? But she looked at that video and it raised doubts in her head, even though she had that like a couple weeks ago. And it's always easy to compare. That's why, like, for me, like, I don't really necessarily like bragging about the things I do, especially if, let's say, I'm with my girlfriend and her friend. I don't necessarily like bragging about like, oh, I do this for you, I do that, when her friend could hear that and be like, oh, but my boyfriend doesn't do that for me, so I'm just gonna break up with him. But in rowdy, I would say majority relationship, the boyfriend does do a lot for them. Even if it's not like going all out the way, they do not just like, they don't meet like the need of love. They do more than that in different ways. Everyone shows love in different ways. He shows love in different ways, and I would show love in different ways. But as long as they're making that effort, then that should hopefully satisfy you as a
I mean,
person.
in the right relationship, both people are making the same amount of effort,
Yeah.
right? I take you to a nice trip to somewhere, likewise,
And you
or
know
create a
what?
fun
And you do
experience.
some for me.
Oh, I didn't say that.
That's
you
what he meant.
fucking degenerate.
That's what he meant.
No, but in situations like that where you're describing like your girl like looking at another TikTok and seeing that as like, why don't you do this for me? It's just that person was already looking for an opportunity. They were looking for that. It's confirmation bias. I think something, I'm gonna go find something that confirms this, not things that deny it. I don't want to look at the video where he actually did it for me. I just want to make sure that I'm right, that he's a bad person. So I'm gonna go find the stuff that proves he's a bad person, right?
Yeah.
It's just like looking to make yourself feel better. And like in ways, I'm trying to work on that too, where like naturally our pride gets in front of us with a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of the big things is hard, like that I'm working on right now is trying to like admit when I'm wrong, because it's hard to.
Yeah.
I get so passionate sometimes about stuff, and it could be anything, and I could be arguing, and I can realize I'm wrong about halfway through. I'm like, screw it, I'm sticking this out. I don't care. I'm gonna die on this like hill. I don't care. But it's to a point of like, when you're wrong, you're wrong. There's nothing big deal about that. Because you're wrong doesn't make you a worse person or a stupid person.
You're
It
able to admit those
happens.
wrongs
You're not perfect.
and learn from it.
If you're perfect, you're some anomaly, dude. It's insane. You're one of a kind, truly.
I am one of a kind. Thank you.
But like, it's
Hopefully-
learning humility, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to our What Would Evan Do segment, aka my therapy. We haven't done this in a while. Let's check in, dude. So I've been doing a lot better recently socially, just way better. ever since I've been to that DJ event thing, thanks to you.
That means you won't want to get therapy. How am I going to make money?
Well, I still do have some things to talk about.
Okay.
And it's like, so even though I've been doing better socially, I go back to how I was before. I have this fear of like, oh no, not this
Changing?
fear, but like maybe maybe it is a fear of changing. But it's like I do well, but then I always slowly inch my way back to how I was before and get super anxious again and start overthinking things. And I don't know why I do that. I want to stop going backwards because it's like I make this progress and it's so rewarding and it's fulfilling. But then 3 days later, I slowly inch my way backwards to how I was before.
This is one of the hardest questions you've asked me.
Actually?
Yeah. But, okay, let me be real for a second.
100%.
I'm going to just ask questions to your question. So,
Okay.
you say you want to get better, but then you just result in just going back to how you were. Why do you let that happen?
It's like an anxiety of maybe part of it, not the whole thing, but part of it's like I now have expectations and I try to get rid of that all the time, but it's because I'm doing well now. Oh, wait, I'm doing so good at socializing. And now I'm starting to hyperfixate. Wait, I'm doing well.
It's
How do I
'cause
keep doing well? And then I start to, that causes a spiral eventually.
It's because you're not used to it. So in your head, you think you're doing something so brand new that you think you can't replicate it. If you turn it into like, oh, this is just how I am, then your body's gonna accept it, your mind is gonna accept it. Start accepting it how it is, and start accepting that this is who you are, and this is who you became, and this is where you're growing as a person. Because the more you believe it, and the more you understand that, then those thoughts are gonna keep going away. So if I were you, I would get in my head and be like, nah, this is just me. Like I'm not better than old me. I'm not worse than old me. This is who I am now. And I've grown so much. And I'm going to keep doing the same things because I love myself. And I love seeing me smile. And I love seeing me happy.
What's the step to doing that though? Because like that's another thing of like self-worth.
It's
Like I have like a lower sense of self-worth. I'm doing good now, like I said. But like there are definitely moments in time where it's like, yeah, I want to be myself. I don't want to always stress out about like, how am I going to be myself? How am I going to be authentic? Or how am I going to please these people? I genuinely want to be myself. But there's like moments in me of like, what if being myself isn't cool? What if being myself isn't acceptable? What if being myself is weird?
All right, I'm going to attack this in 5 different ways. So if you're talking about being yourself isn't cool, being yourself isn't acceptable, that's just you painting it as a social version of it. When you look at it, you think other people are not going to think that you're cool. In reality, the right people, your right friends are going to think that. It's hard to find those people. Once you do, it's going to be so worth it. Instead of you faking yourself just to please other people, you're going to be actually being yourself because these people love you. These people love who you are. Whether it's 3 people, 10 people, 15 people, there are real people out there that will appreciate you, right? It's just finding those people. You got to keep putting yourself out there and always being okay to do something bad or do something wrong and fail. Because if you put yourself out there, you're still improving, no matter if it didn't work.
Yeah.
Because the more that you're able to be like, oh, I'm just going to be myself. I don't care what people think. And it's hard to do that. Also, your self-worth is so important. It's understanding, like, how much are you actually worth, not just yourself, but other people.
Yeah.
And it's realizing, like, oh, I'm a great person. People are lucky to be around me. And people are lucky to be friends with me because I know who I am and I know what value I bring to this world.
Yeah.
And that's something that I had to realize is I know in my heart what I can do for people. I know in my heart how or my brain how smart I am and what I can bring a positive light to other things. While instead I'm thinking like, oh, why does that group of people not like me?
Yeah.
I maybe should change the way I act. But no, remember, there's 8 billion people in the world. Not all 8 billion people are going to love what you do.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But just the mindset and feeding your brain positive things. If you keep feeding your brain negative things and you start thinking negative, feeling negative, it's all, you control your mindset. It's the cognitive way of thinking. You control it. And just getting past, it's honestly, this is you. This is Aidan right here, okay? This is Aidan. This is a step. He keeps going like this, hitting the step.
Yeah.
Jump over it, jump over it, jump over it. Instead of just trying to like let it block you.
Go ahead
You're
on it,
blocking yourself from becoming better with your mind, with your words, with your actions.
Yeah.
Write everything down, journal it down, and reflect on it the way you make you feel. But realize again, this is a normal you. This is how your life's going to be. That's going to change your whole way. If I always thought like, oh, I'm happy now, I'm more happier now, but in the past I was so depressed. Like, oh.
Yeah.
No, I think about that I'm happy to be able to be way more positive, way more happy. Whether it's, literally, you feed the energy into the world that the world's going to feed to you. Whether, like, if I was going to tell you, like I tell other people, smile more, be positive more, do nice things for other people, because internally that's going to warm you up as a person.
Yeah.
And it takes time, but being less, are you shy still around people?
I guess what do you define as shy? Because like I'm shy in the sense of like I don't want to
Embarrass yourself?
At like an event or a party or something. I don't want to walk up to someone that I don't know and start a conversation. But like if you're talking to someone, if you and me are somewhere and you're already talking to someone, I'm fully fine to talk to them. Like I could care
Then
less.
it's just getting over it. It's practice, getting those reps in. Reps and just talking to people, getting to know people, smiling. And what was another problem that you had?
Like I said, I've been doing better, honestly, and I really appreciate your advice on this stuff. A struggle that I will say happens, and this is like me speaking to people who are also struggling with like anxiety and like social anxiety, is there's always this fear in your head that you predict the worst case scenario. Like I think I'm gonna go out sometimes and that some kid's gonna make fun of me, or that some adult's gonna make fun of me, or that I'm gonna go driving and then me like vibing out, singing my music in my car, someone's gonna look at me and laugh at me and record me and post me on TikTok. I'm gonna be the next like weird thing, right? And it's realizing that that stuff truly doesn't matter, because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen regardless, whether you're in the best mood or you're in the worst mood. People are how they are. They're gonna be shitty sometimes, and that's how it is. They will mess with you if they do. It's not gonna change with you being in a good mood or not. So it's kind of like life happens. Try your best to kind of like let go of things in a way. Don't take things so seriously. And at the end of the day, like no matter how much people may make fun of you or criticize you or make a joke of you, you are not a different person after that. I don't care if you get made fun of every single day in school. You are you. It doesn't ever change no matter how much you get made fun of. So don't think that because you're being bullied now. And again, if you're being bullied, go out, reach out to people, and there's the resources that you and people you need to talk to handle situations like that. But don't take people being weird and disrespectful as a thing that changes you. You always be who you are. Don't change that. And one comedian said it really well, and his name's Andrew Schultz. I listened to him a lot. He said that it's better that you're yourself and you don't get accepted for that. That people dislike you for being yourself, than you not be yourself and still not to be liked. It's a double whammy. You basically just faked a personality to also get disliked. At least have it to where you're yourself and you're disliked, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not getting yourself on both fronts. You didn't just screw yourself over completely. Because now you will wonder in your head, what if I was myself with that person? Maybe then they would have liked me. How about just do it in the beginning? You have no questions. And that's what will make you happy, I think.
Yeah. And to end it off, live for yourself. Don't live for the world. Don't live for social media. And do things that make yourself happy. Love yourself. And the more you realize you're living for yourself and not for what other people's opinions. Again, people's opinions help you, but they shouldn't define you as a person. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you will always have yourself. You always have your own back. You always have your own heart, your own mind. And no matter what could happen in your life, you will always have yourself. So not live by yourself. What am I saying? Live for yourself. Do things for yourself. And don't let someone's negative opinion mess up your day. Always keep smiling. Always be positive, and work through all your problems, because eventually they will be fixed. Whether it's your anxiety, stuff like that, like it's going to take time, but as long as you're making the steps to fix it, you're going to feel better. You're going to help yourself. So that's my last advice to you guys.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add on that?
No, that was beautiful, dude.
All right. Back to the program.
Back to the
Peace.
program. Okay, so I've been watching this girl recently on YouTube. Her name's Madeline RG. She's like from the UK. Do you know she used to date Central C?
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I've been watching her recently, and I didn't really think anything of it at first. I started watching her when I was like kind of in a little shaky mental state, because she does podcasts which are more about mental health. She uses it as like her diary, basically saying like by the way, she's an extreme germaphobe. She hates going outside. She thinks when she's going to go outside, she's going to die, basically. So that's her fear. Like she can't get herself out of the house sometimes. So she's like housebound, and she even missed like 3 years, or I think 3 years of school or more or less of school. But where she was at home, didn't go outside at all, just stayed inside just because she was afraid. But being able to see that, and it's not like the same as social anxiety, but it does have aspects of like, I bring it up because she said it's hard for her sometimes to like give advice to people, and she feels like this podcast is like not for that. She wants to help people, but she has no advice to give because she's struggling herself, right? And she can't figure out what's going wrong with her. She's still like a work in progress. And one thing I kind of like took from that was that sometimes you don't need to give advice. For me, it was helpful to watch it just to know that there was someone out there struggling like me and to not have that loneliness. And I think I wrote it down in the doc this way, for like remember it, but a lot of people suffer in silence, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Where you feel alone, or where you feel like you have to handle things alone, but seeing other people go through even somewhat similar things as you, it's like, okay, I'm not abnormal. I'm not beyond help. Listen, like we're all going through our own problems, and I don't think there will be a point, and maybe this is like daunting for people or not, but like I don't think there's a point you ever figure out life.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as like the final answer for everything. You're gonna have something you're gonna struggle with.
Yeah.
If it's not like worried about fitting in as a kid, then later on it's like you're worried about getting a job. If it's not worried about getting a job, well, now you have grandkids now, and you're getting older, and you're getting closer to passing on, or maybe you didn't do all the things you wanted to. So no matter what, you have things you struggle with. But to know that, like, listen, like you're not by yourself with any of this stuff. Truly, like it's tough. It truly is. It's like it's the most miserable thing to feel like you're by yourself. But to
100%.
even see other people put out content like that, that's all you need to do. Just be relatable. Just share honesty, and then
especially from someone that's like been like with a famous person like that, and like basically had like everything, like all the money, all the stuff. Like
exactly.
It's good that we can relate to people with like a status quote for some reason, someone that's known.
Because they're people at the end of the day, and it's like even when you and me get money, are you seriously not going to suffer with the things you're suffering with now? Yes, you're going to suffer with it. It's like we're going to continue to have problems. Money absolutely brings happiness. Like it truly does. It's like
to an extent.
To an extent, right?
Like it can definitely, like, let's say you're like living paycheck to paycheck, but then you're like a multi-millionaire. Yeah, you're gonna be able to do the things that you want
to more. But you will
more.
still be depressed. Like depression is like you don't get away from that when you become rich.
Yeah.
Like we are in a very well-to-do area. We live in a well-to-do area where there's multi-million-dollar houses everywhere. Kids still suffer through depression. There's therapists everywhere, even in LA. They're so expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, people suffer. It's like it's cool to be relatable. That's my whole
100%.
thing.
That was a good message. You're speaking wisdom. I like that.
Thank you.
Very happy.
Thank you for tuning in. If you want to check any of us out, my socials are in the bio, Instagram and TikTok.
Same with me. If you love hearing us talk, follow my TikTok because me and Aidan both love talking. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. And what do we say? Peace.
They ain't hear what I said, I think I had to bring that back. Okay, kick back and I roll my pack. I'm like, can't cap, I'ma let this black. Okay, I rap, nigga, I like stacks. I pass you, I can't even see ya, ho. He shit talk my beats, bro. And a bitch get top, will teach ya, ho. On God.